everyone, it's Julie Shane with Yoginiology.com. Today's video I'm going to show you my 5 favorite ways to use a yoga strap to stretch or to improve your yoga practice. So you can use the yoga strap in a ton of different ways. There are literally, I can think of probably 30 right now, but there's 5 things that are kind of the basics behind the fundamentals of stretching and in yoga that this strap can really come in handy for. So today I'm using the yoga strap by Yoginiology. It's a really high quality strap, which does make a difference because in some of the things we're going to do today, you want to make sure that the belt loops, like the buckle, doesn't slip. Some ones, the plastic ones tend to slip a little more. And then you want to make sure that it's long enough and also comfortable material. So when you're out shopping for a yoga strap, if you don't have one already, check those 3 things. You want the metal D-ring, the thicker the better. You want a really comfortable material, preferably cotton, something that doesn't feel painful on the skin. And then you want to make sure that you're not getting one that's too short or too long. Some of them are so long it's like, it's too. So this is an 8 foot and it's just, I think, the right length to do basically anything you want to do with it. So one of the best ways you can use a yoga strap when you're first starting into either a yoga practice or into just a stretching routine is you can use it to help you in forward folds. So for a lot of people, when they come, let's say just with the legs straight together and you're wanting to reach forward, we have a hard time reaching the feet, and that can be an anatomy issue for some people, that they just aren't going to ever be able to reach their feet, and a lot of times it has to do with hamstring flexibility. So you can use the strap just pretty easily over the feet, and that'll give you something to hold on to, because in order to get into the hamstrings, if that's what we want to be stretching, you can't let the back round. So here I'm rounding and touching my feet and I don't feel anything in my hamstrings. But when I keep the chest up and the back flat and I use the strap, just by keeping the chest up and my elbows in, I'm feeling a really intense stretch right here. And if I turn sideways, you're going to see I'm really not coming very far forward. And this stretch here with the strap, elbows in, chest up, and I'm just tilting from my hips is so much deeper into my hamstrings than this is, right? So that's where the strap can really come in handy for getting deep into the belly of the hamstrings here. Another way, and you can do it with any forward fold, right? The legs out, anytime you are on the floor and trying to reach for the feet, the strap comes in handy there. Another way that you can use it is for what I like to call bridging the gap between your hands. So in yoga, that a lot of times, or in just stretches, we'll do things where you're trying to touch the fingers and you just can't quite, right? Or you're reaching around and you can't quite reach where you need to. So the strap can come in handy for bridging that gap. So in this yoga pose, it's called Gomukhasana or cow face. If your fingers can't touch, the strap will let you get a nice stretch without having to touch your fingers, right? And it's just a lot handier than trying to grab onto your clothes or kind of let the fingers try to, just touch like this. It doesn't get you near as good of a stretch as you can get by using the strap to kind of bridge the gap there, right? So that's my second favorite way to use the strap. My third favorite way to use the strap is compression. So there are a lot of different styles of yoga or different approaches to stretching, and one of them is a more restorative version, and the yoga strap really is nice to add just a little bit extra, like weight and pressure on the legs. So one of my favorites, it's called bound Supta Baddha Konasana, or just, you can think of it like butterfly pose, lying down. So what you're going to do is make a big loop with your strap. You're going to thread this part through both rings, the end through both rings, and then bring it back through just through one. And if you have a nice quality strap, it's not going to slip ever. You want it to be pretty small loop, not too small, but a smaller than it could be. You're going to bring it around your waist, and then you'll bring the soles of your feet together, and you're going to hook the strap over the edges of the feet. And so it's important that the metal ring isn't touching your ankle or your leg, because that can get really uncomfortable, and you want to make sure that the adjustment end of your strap is handy and in your hand. So it'll come around your waist, around the edges of your feet, if you can see, kind of like this. And then you'll start to lie down. And you want to feel like there's compression or pressure, but without it being too intense. So you can tighten it as you need to. But this is one of my favorite restorative poses. And I typically will end a class or start a class like this with the strap. It's a really nice way to just kind of let the hips naturally open, but with a little extra pressure than what you would get if there was nothing there. So that's my third favorite way. Number 4. So one of the most therapeutic stretches or yoga poses that we can do is bridge pose, which I'll show you here. And you can use the strap to help you get a little deeper into the posture and a little more safely as well. So you'll undo the loop in your strap, you'll lie down on your back and have your, you want to make sure that your feet are hip width apart and that your heels are lining up just about under your knees. Then you're going to take the strap and hook it over your shins, and you'll start to lift the hips up. And as you do, you want to make sure that the knees aren't going to the side, and that's something the strap can help with. And you want to be pushing through the inner edges of the feet. And you can walk the shoulders under you a little bit, but the strap helps you to give something that the legs can push into, so it fires up the muscles in your legs a little more, and it prevents your knees from going wide, which feels really nice. And it gives an extra stretch for your shoulders, because for a lot of us, we can't safely reach the ankles. So this is the same deep benefits that you get by reaching the ankles, but without putting that extra strain on your knees. So that's a great pose to do, and the strap can really help with that. And then the last one is just my favorite shoulder opener that I love to do with the strap. It makes such a big difference with shoulder mobility, flexibility, and posture. And it's really easy to do, and you'll just start warming up. You can kneel for this, and you'll just have your hands wide enough apart that you can go forward and back. With the strap, you want it to feel like a stretch, but not like you're straining. And then as your shoulders warm up, you can walk the hands just a little bit closer, and you're going to hold at what I like to think of as the sticking point. So it's about a third of the way down, and it should feel kind of like a burning sensation. And then you go halfway down, and again, it should burn. And then third of the way down, hold, and then all the way down. So you kind of go through those sticking points, come all the way back up, and you'd repeat maybe 5 times, maybe 10 times. And just going through, and it's super rehabilitative for the shoulders and a nice way to correct posture as well. So those are my 5 favorite ways to use a yoga strap, both in your yoga practice or just in a stretching practice that you have at home. Again, get a really nice yoga strap if you don't have one already, or if you need a better one. Metal D-ring is important, comfortable material, and something around the 8-foot length tends to be about the right length too. So thanks for joining me. I hope that helped you guys. Bye.